Hello, my name is Slade Wilson, and in today's video I'm going to talk to you all about my new movie, Teen Titans, The Judas Contract, which I am in, and I kick a lot of ass because I am Deathstroke, the coolest fucking assassin you've ever seen. So, anyways, whatever, I can't do this. Ugh. You know, as cool as this thing looks, it's really difficult to talk in it. Like, this thing covers up my mouth. But, yeah, Deathstroke is fucking awesome, by the way. Anyways, hey everybody, JTISREBORN here, off to do a new review, this time on the latest DC animated feature, Teen Titans, The Judas Contract. Yes, The Judas Contract finally is getting a movie, and we're here to talk about it. So, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to talk about the movie. I'm not going to get into spoilers yet. I will have a separate section for spoilers, which will be the majority of this video, but at the beginning of this video, I want to talk about the movie without giving away too much. So that way, you can go check it out and at least hear my thoughts on it. So, with that being said, let's get started on Teen Titans, The Judas Contract. Teen Titans, The Judas Contract is the 8th movie set in the shared DC animated universe of films, starting with the movie Justice League War. It doubles as a sequel to last year's Justice League vs. Teen Titans, with every one of the Titans returning to reprise their roles, with Christina Ricci joining the cast as Tara, and the late great Miguel Ferrer in his final film role as Deathstroke, the Terminator. All the cast members do a good job with their respective roles, with Miguel Ferrer stealing the show as Deathstroke. He does a way better job than that other clown who voiced Deathstroke in Son of Batman. The movie itself is based on arguably the most famous Teen Titans storyline of all time, the Judas Contract, the storyline where Robin became Nightwing and where the team faces off against Slade Wilson. While not exactly a page-for-page adaptation of the original comic book storyline, this film at least captures the core of that storyline, fitting it into the continuity that was already established in the previous films, and also slightly updating it for today's audiences. The characters in here are of different ages, and a lot of them are different than those seen in the original storyline. For instance, we have Damien Wayne as Robin, an already established Nightwing, and Blue Beetle's in this movie instead of Cyborg. Another thing that's interesting to note is that this is the first film in the shared universe not to feature Batman at all. I mean, I don't mind seeing Batman and everything, after all, he is my favorite superhero, but he isn't really needed for this particular story, and it was nice to see a film that just simply focused on the Titans for once. The movie does a good job of capturing the more serious moments, and even the more controversial moments that were seen in the original comic book, including a certain plot line involving Tara and Deathstroke. Overall, I would have to say that this is one of the better films in the shared DC animated universe of movies that began with Justice League War. It can be dark, it has its share of funny moments, and can tap into some serious emotions at times. Now, at this point in the review, I'm going to get into some pretty big spoilers for the rest of the video, and I wanted to make sure you had a chance to hear what I think of the movie. Like I said, I liked it, but I feel like if I continue, I'll be giving stuff away, so I want to give you the chance to check out the movie before coming back into watching the rest of the video. Or, if you don't care about spoilers, you can just continue watching the rest of the video. So, here we go. Let's dive into spoilers and talk about the rest of Teen Titans, The Judas Contract. Okay, so starting out at the beginning of the movie, we see a flashback about how Robin met Starfire, and we see that there were other members in the Titans before the current roster. Whatever happened to these other Titans? I have no idea. It's never exactly explained. Who knows? Maybe they formed the Titans East, or something like that. Anyways, back to the present, where we see that it has been a year since the events of Justice League vs. Teen Titans, where, if you remember at the end of that movie, Tara is seen flying towards Titan's Tower, and from there Tara goes deep undercover to infiltrate the Titans. Another thing that's strange to note is that Nightwing isn't wearing his traditional black and blue attire, but is instead wearing the black and red attire. I don't know why this is, but it looks kind of cool. I like the red and black. I also like the black and blue. It's no big deal to me. As long as Nightwing's a good, well-written character, I don't care. But wait a minute. The red and black is reminding me of something. I can't quite put my finger on it. Wait a second. So the Titans sabotage the mission that is being run by the villainous Brother Blood. Now, because this movie features a lot of characters and they're only given a short amount of time to balance them all out, Brother Blood ends up getting lost in the shuffle, which unfortunately leads to him not leaving much of an impact as a villain. It's not necessarily the actor's fault. I mean, he does a pretty good job voicing the character. It's just that with everything else that's going on in the movie, you kind of forget Brother Blood's even in it. Which is a shame, because this guy does do some creepy stuff, including bathing in the blood of his victims, and he can be kind of funny too. There's also this really funny part where he has everyone worshipping him, and he goes, "All hail me." I don't know what it is, but I find it really funny. This is literally the most egotistical thing I've ever heard someone say. Usually bad guys are like, "All hail this, all hail that." No, this guy right here, this asshole, he's like, "All hail me." I just gotta find it funny. So anyways, the team is successful in stopping one of Brother Blood's operations, and we gain more insight into the Nightwing and Starfire relationship, where Nightwing asks Starfire to move in with him. I'll get more into what I think of their relationship towards the end of the video. After stopping one of Brother Blood's operations, the team heads back to Titan's Tower to hang out where Beast Boy continues to flirt with Tara and keeps getting denied, which can lead to some funny material. Not gut-busting, but still kind of enjoyable. Soon afterwards, we see that Tara is having some issues involving her traumatic past, which leads to the team showing concern for her. Damien goes to investigate her, and instead of being a dick to Tara about how she's been acting, Damien tries to talk to her about it, telling her that he's here to help her. Boy, Damien sure has come a long way since Son of Batman. I mean, is this really the same ruthless assassin we met a couple years ago? Out of all of the characters in the shared DC Films universe, the one who has undergone the most changes is Damian Wayne. When we were first introduced to him in Son of Batman, he was this psychotic little shit trained by his grandfather, Ra's al Ghul, to kill and eventually lead the League of Assassins. And over the course of each film, we see him really grow as a character while gradually becoming a better person in the process. Son of Batman was our introduction to the character. In that movie, it was about him connecting with Batman and learning to be like his father by controlling his killer instincts. You know, justice, not violence, that sort of thing. In Batman vs. Robin, it's basically about him and Batman learning to trust each other, and Damien must decide if Batman's methods are truly the best way to go about doing things. In Batman Bad Blood, we see Damien playing more of a supporting role and learning how to overcome obstacles in Batman's absence, while also further developing the brotherly relationship that he has with Nightwing. In Justice League vs. Teen Titans, he must learn to bond with kids his own age for the first time, and to learn to become part of a team, while also overcoming his anger issues and dickish nature. Now, I know a lot of people can't stand Damian Wayne. They think he's too much of a dick, but that's kind of what I like about him. He is an asshole, and he is a total dick, but the thing that I like most about it is seeing him develop from kind of this piece of shit to a good person over the course of the films. It's what makes him so much more interesting to me. If you're just someone, you know, good, but then, like, you know, being heroic, that's fine and all, but I really like characters who start out in a dark place and evolve into better people. It makes them so much more interesting to me than your typical, oh, you know, I was good in the beginning and now I've, like, even more good. That's fine and all, but no, seeing someone who's, like, you know, in a dark place and seeing them overcome that and become a better person, so much more interesting to me. I really like characters who start out as either evil or aren't the kindest of souls and gradually develop into better people. You know, characters like Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z, or hell, this is a strange example, but Ebenezer Scrooge from A Christmas Carol is a prime example of this type of character. Seeing a character climb out of that dark abyss and into the light of, like, goodness always puts a smile on my face, because it makes you realize that there's hope in this world. You know, if a character like Damian Wayne, who's brought up to be this ruthless assassin, could be inspired by other heroes to become a better person, then who's to say that anyone else can't do it? Who's to say that, despite how far gone someone is, that somebody can inspire them to become better people? Isn't that what heroes are supposed to do? Inspire and instill hope in people? That's what I love about it. It makes me feel good. You know, it's just good storytelling in my eyes. So anyways, after Robin goes and has his talk with Tara after she has a little incident where she has her nightmares and she's just kind of pissed off at everyone, Slade Wilson shows up to wreck shit. Then Tara betrays Robin and he gets captured. Anyways, after Slade captures Robin, he has a talk with him. I love this little interaction between these two because of the shared history that the two of them have with each other, and the fact that these two absolutely hate each other. From Slade taunting Damien about missing the anniversary party for Tara, to Damian Wayne's insult where he says this:
Beast Boy's sending you pictures of Tara's party. Shame you're missing it.
You should go. Playing with teenagers is about your speed.
You have the right to remain.
After the interrogation bit, we see that Tara is starting to show signs that she has in fact developed feelings for the Titans, including the scene where she kisses Beast Boy. Afterwards, Slade and Tara capture the remaining Titans except for Nightwing, with whom Slade has a fight with. The fight scene between Slade and Nightwing is actually pretty intense and very well choreographed. Anyways, after that, Slade and Terra bring the other Titans to Brother Blood, and it turns out that Blood's machine that he's using to absorb the Titans' power to reach godliness won't work because it was designed for all 6 of the Titans, and Nightwing isn't there because he was seemingly killed by Slade, and it was revealed that he wasn't. Bottom line, they need 6 people. So Slade, being the master betrayer that he is, hands Terra over to Brother Blood so that she can take the place of Nightwing. Afterwards, Nightwing comes in to free everyone as Brother Blood absorbs the Titans' power. This leads to a pretty cool action scene that has all the Titans ganging up on Brother Blood and Deathstroke. In the end, Brother Blood dies and Slade is seemingly killed off. Although he could have, and probably did, escape to fight another day, because when you look at the shot, the rocks fall, down, but it, falls in front of him. So, chances are Slade's coming back. They wouldn't just kill him off there. In the end, Terra, being the emotional wreck that she is after experiencing the double cross from Slade and betraying of the Titans, brings down Brother Blood's arena, which leads to a bunch of rubble falling all over her and killing her, where she dies in the arms of Beast Boy. Afterwards, Beast Boy goes on Kevin Smith's podcast, and wait, hang on a second. Whoa, wait a second. Kevin Smith is in this movie? How in the hell did that happen? Why is Kevin Smith in this movie? Granted, I think it's awesome because I like Kevin Smith, and you know what? I kind of hope he, continues cameoing in these movies. I'd like to see Kevin Smith become DC's equivalent to Stan Lee and just cameo in all their films. Maybe in the next movie he'll interview Batman or something. I don't know. I like Kevin Smith, and I think it's cool to see him, but it just kind of caught me off guard that Kevin Smith was in this movie. Anyways, in the end, we see Beast Boy talking about the Titans, including how they're getting a new member in Donna Troy, and he also talks about how special Terra was to him. And the movie ends where they show a photograph of the whole team taking a picture with Terra. I do appreciate this movie for having a more emotionally gripping ending than some of the previous DC animated films. I mean, the Judas Contract is a storyline that doesn't end on a happy note. You can't end it on that. You have to kind of end it on more of a downer and more emotional than some of the other DC animated movies. Oh, and there's also a post-credit scene that shows the character of Jericho Wilson, aka Slade's son, who I guess is going to be the threat in the sequel, if they do one, which I think that they will do. Okay, so let's take this time to go over each of the characters and then give my overall final thoughts on the movie. I know I said I liked it, but that was spoiler-free section. I can go into it a little bit more here. Okay, since I didn't talk about him that much throughout the review, I guess I'll start with Blue Beetle. In this movie, he's given the B storyline of the film, where he volunteers at a soup kitchen and starts to fall for a girl who works there. Unlike in Justice League vs. Teen Titans, there's some actual focus on him instead of the last movie where he just felt kind of undercut and was just sort of there. We see him coping with the fact that he misses his family and how the scarab on his back has taken over his life. Although they do improve on him a bit in this movie compared to Justice League vs. Teen Titans, Blue Beetle still remains the least interesting character among the Titans. Hopefully when they get to make more films down the road, they can develop him some more to make him more interesting, but until then, he's still going to be my least favorite part of the movie. I'm sorry, Blue Beetle fans, it's just, they're not doing much with him right now. Hopefully they fix that, though. They tried a little bit more this time, so hopefully they can improve with each one. Okay, who is next? Okay, let's talk about Beast Boy. In this movie, he flirts with Terra a lot and has the most meaningful connection to her. Hence why at the end of the movie, he is the one who embraces Terra when she dies and is the most shaken up about her death. Other than that, I don't have much else to say about him in this movie. I still like this version of the character, but just not as much as I like the version from the original Teen Titans TV show. I feel like there's a lot of potential in this version of the character, and I'm curious to see how he moves forward after dealing with the death of Terra in future movies. Now, I'm pretty sure he'll still maintain his witty Beast Boy personality, but one thing I'd like to see in the next Titans movie, assuming they do one, which I think they will, I want to see him kind of grief-stricken in the next one. I want to see him learn to overcome that and make that kind of an arc for the next movie. Maybe he has to finally say goodbye to Terra because it's still tearing him up on the inside, and then finally move on with his life. You know, that'd be something I want to see. Okay, how about we move on and start talking about Nightwing and Starfire? Since these two are really intertwined in this movie, I decided to kind of mold them together. In this movie, it has Starfire taking over the leadership role from Nightwing after he had originally left the Titans before coming back to join the team in this movie. It also deals with their relationship as a couple. Now, before we continue onward, I have a confession to make. This might shock some of you, but I can no longer remain silent on this issue. The truth is, I've never been a fan of the Dick Grayson and Starfire pairing.
No! 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 No!
I know, it's shocking to some of you, But I've never been a fan of the pairing, especially in the original Teen Titans TV show. And the reason for that is, the truth of the matter is, God, I can't believe I'm going to say this. I have always been, I have always been a Rob Ray supporter.
No! No!
Okay, will somebody get that guy out of here? When it came to the comic books, in my eyes, Dick Grayson should have either been with Barbara Gordon, and if he absolutely had to be with someone else on the Titans, I always thought it should have been Raven. The same thing applies to the Teen Titans TV show. My two favorite characters on that show were always Raven and Robin, and I was upset at the fact that the writers didn't pair these two up and instead went with Robin and Starfire. I mean, couldn't they have just slid Beast Boy into that slot? I would have loved to have seen a Beast Boy and Starfire pairing. It would have been a lot of fun to watch these two with their two happier-go-lucky personalities, but no, we get Robin and Starfire. It's always Robin and Starfire, nothing else. I'm sorry to go off on a little rant here, but it's just something that has bugged me for years, and I just had to get it off my chest. Now, in terms of their relationship in this movie, I surprisingly didn't have issues with it. I don't know why that is. Like, it bugs me in, like, the comic books, it bugged me in the Teen Titans TV show, but for some reason, in, like, this particular movie, it really didn't bother me. I don't know why that is. It's like, why am I not, like, as angry as I am in, like, reading the comic books or the Teen Titans TV show? It could be the humor that stems from it, I'm not exactly sure, but either way, it doesn't irritate me like it normally does, and that's all that really matters to me. I still really enjoy this take on Nightwing, and Starfire is growing me on a bit more and more with each film, so at least that's a plus. Anyways, moving on to the next batch of characters. Okay, since I already talked about Damien Wayne, we're going to skip over him, and let's talk about Raven. Now, for those of you who don't know, Raven is my favorite female superhero of all time. I love everything about her. Backstory, the powers that she has, and how she's kind of an outsider. And as a Raven fan, I'm disappointed to say that in this movie, she isn't really given as much to do, and that always bums me out. Granted, she was the focus of the last movie, but still, I would have liked for her to have more of a presence in this film. I mean, she's suspicious of Tara a bit, and wants to help her out, and even throws her a party celebrating her 1 year of being a Titan, but other than that, there's not much else for her to do. Although she does kick ass in the climax, which is always nice to see. One of the things that also kind of disappoints me a bit about this movie involving Raven is that they didn't do much to expand upon the Raven and Damien relationship that they had established in Justice League vs. Teen Titans, which was one of the biggest focal points of that movie because Raven plays such a huge part in some of the changes in Damien's character. They clearly have hinted that these two are going to end up together due to their similar backgrounds and the subtle hints played throughout each movie, including the scene in Justice League vs. Teen Titans where they all go to the fair, and again at the end of that movie. Also, there's the fact that whenever Damien is off with one of the Titans, it's either with Nightwing or with Raven. Then, at the end of this movie, we see Raven give Damien a puppy dog, which if you've read the comics is supposed to be Titus. It's a nice gesture, and I'm looking forward to see how this all unfolds. Personally, I hope that in future movies we get to see this relationship develop some more, because for one thing it's new, and can go into some interesting directions. Anyways, that's all I have to say about that aspect of the movie. If I start to go on any longer talking about an underage relationship between Damien Wayne and Raven, I'm going to look like some sort of creeper. Well, more than I already kind of do. But there's no need to add to that. Okay, I guess the last person to talk about is Tara Markoff. Since I already commented about how amazing Miguel Ferrer is Slade, there's no real need to dive into that any further. When it comes to Tara in this movie, she's one of the more conflicted characters that I've come across. In this movie, they show a bit of everything about her. They show her psychotic side, the tragic side, the conflicted side where she seems to really care about the Titans, and the slutty side that she has with Slade. Which is still really creepy to this day, and if there's one thing you had to cut from the Judas Contract storyline, it should have been that. Although Slade clearly shows no interest in her, he's just doing that to manipulate her, so I guess that's nice, but that's one part that you probably could have left out. Tara's death in the movie is handled well given the time constraints that they had to work with. However, since we only got this one movie to spend time getting to know her before her big reveal as a villain and subsequent death in the film, it doesn't leave as much of an impact. At least not as much as in the original Teen Titans cartoon where we spent several episodes getting to know Tara before she meets her untimely fate in Season 2. Maybe if they did one more Titans movie before this and Tara was on the team, I would feel a bit more of an emotional impact with her death. Or how about this? If you can't do, like, more movies, why not release some animated shorts set between the events of each film so we can get more invested in these characters? Or hell, why not a comic book tie-in so that we can learn more about them and care more about them when we see them in the movies? I mean, hell, Injustice has a great comic book tie-in, so why can't the DC animated shared universe have one as well? In the end, I still think they did a good job handling the Tara Markoff character. It's kind of a hybrid between the show and the comic book. You know, the show, she's more sympathetic. In the comic book, she's just a fucking psychopath. This one, they kind of mold the two together. So, yeah, she was done pretty well. And Christina Ricci was also a really good choice to voice her. I've always been a fan of her work ever since she was Wednesday Addams in the Addams Family movies. So yeah, that was a good choice. So now, it's time for my final thoughts. Overall, I'd say that Teen Titans: The Judas Contract is a pretty good adaptation. It captures the essence of the original story while fitting it into the current continuity that they have ongoing with these films. I've already talked about some of my complaints I have with it and talked about ways that the movie could have been improved and some of the ideas that I have that they can use to continue the stories further. I thought the cast did a good job voicing their counterparts, and I guess my only other complaint that I have is that I wish the movie was a little bit longer so that they could have fleshed out more of the characters. But for what I got, I still had a good time with this film, with the best parts of this movie for me being Slade, Robin, Nightwing, Tara, and by default Raven. If you get the chance to check this movie out and support the film so that we can get more of these Teen Titans movies. I can't wait for what's next, and I hope that they announce more movies in the shared animated universe coming soon. Or hell, give me a TV series with these characters. I'll watch it. Anyways, that's going to wrap it up for my review of Teen Titans: The Judas Contract. I hope you all enjoyed this review, and... hang on a second, my phone's ringing. Hello?
Yes, Mr. JTISREBORN. This is the Robstar fanbase calling to talk to you about our favorite pairing of all time, Dick Grayson and Starfire.
How the fuck did you get my number?
When someone has a dissenting opinion about our favorite ship, we make sure to find out everything there is to know about them, including where they live.
Wait, you know where I live?
Of course we do. Weren't you paying attention? Now, unless you take back everything you said in this video and accept Robstar as your one true pair, then I'm afraid we're gonna have to track you down and kill you.
For what? Not shipping two characters together?
Why can't you just accept the pairing of Robin and Starfire? Besides, Raven's one true pairing is already with Beast Boy via the BB Ray fans.
Actually, the truth of the matter is, I'm not really a big fan of the BB Ray pairing myself. Could you excuse me for 1 second? I'm getting another call. Hello?
Yes, Mr. JTISREBORN. This is the BB Ray fans calling about the comments you just made about our favorite ship between Raven and Beast Boy.
Yeah, what do you want?
We're here to tell you that unless you take back everything you said in this video and accept BB Ray as your one true pair, then I'm afraid we're going to have to track you down and kill you as well.
Fuck off! Hello?
Hey, it's us the Robstar fans. Have you finally accepted Robstar as your one true pair?
No! Hello?
Hey, it's us again. Have you come to your senses and accepted BB Ray as your one true pair?
No! Hello?
So how about now?
The answer is still no. Stop fucking calling me! What?
So the reason that Raven and Beast Boy...
What is it now?
Hello, this is Reverend Peter Papa. Please don't hang up. In order to rush you the miracle manna you just saw on TV, I need your name, address, prayer request.
Stop fucking calling people. You're a filthy con artist and a worthless piece of shit. I swear to God, who the fuck is calling me now?
Congratulations! We're calling to tell you that you just won $1 million!
Wait, really? $1 million?
Yes, and all you have to do to accept your $1 million prize is to accept Robstar as your one true pair!
Oh, you son of a bitch! What?
Stay on this phone and don't hang up on me. I have plenty of energy to drive over there. You understand me? And I will!
Mel, I think you got the wrong number.
Fuck, I'm angry at you. For a wasted fucking time. Fuck you.
Wow. What an asshole. A total, complete asshole. Oh, God, that's it. I'm done answering the phone. Nope, not gonna answer it.
6.5 hours later.
Okay, that's it. I can't fucking take it anymore. If you value your life, you will stop fucking calling me!
We're sorry, sir. Mr. JTISREBORN, this is St. Jude's Hospital. We've been trying to reach you for several hours now with no luck.
Oh my God, I'm so terribly sorry. I've been getting hit with spam calls all day. It's been a nightmare here. How can I help you?
Mr. JTISREBORN, we're sorry to inform you, but your grandmother has been diagnosed with McGregor syndrome, stage 1.
Oh my God, that's terrible. Is there a cure for McGregor syndrome stage 1?
Yes, there is a cure, but in order for it to work, we're going to need you to be fully cooperative with us.
I will do whatever you need me to do to save my grandmother's life.
Excellent. Your cooperation is most appreciated, sir.
So, what is it you need me to do?
Okay, now the only way for you to fully treat McGregor syndrome to save your grandmother's life is for you to...
To what?
To accept Raven and Beast Boy as your one true pair!
Oh, you mother... You pieces of both your fan bases. I'm never gonna accept either one of those two pairings because they suck. And you two sons of whoever the you guys are you're pieces of I hate all of you. So you know what? Both your fan bases can take one giant step back and literally then, when you're done with that, you can get over here, meet me at my house, so I can you both up! I swear to God, the nerve of some fucking people. Unbelievable. Ungoddamn believable. I can't believe that there's people out there that are this fucking obnoxious and are just a bunch of assholes. You know what I mean? Fuck both of them. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's my doorbell ringing. So you know what that means? It's time for JTISREBORN to get his ass out there and fuck shit up. These goddamn sons of bitches are gonna pay. Oh God. Oh God. That's it. They're all dead. I took these hands and I killed each and every one of them. Oh God. I might go to jail. Oh, but it was so worth it. So worth it. Anyways, I want to thank all of you for watching this video. Be sure to leave a comment down below, to like this video. Let me know what you thought of Teen Titans: The Judas Contract. I'm probably going to be going away for a while, so I gotta dispose of their corpses before anybody knew what happened to them. Not that anybody cares about these worthless pieces of shit, but just as a precautionary tale. So, I want to thank all of you for watching. I hope you had a good time sitting through the Judas Contract and enjoying my suffering. Goodbye, everyone. Be sure to subscribe.